chains and a mink in the wind. All these rings on, you can tell I'm a winner. I'm a walking bucket like that boy out in dim. Got the pink slip for these whips, ain't no rim.
Today, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The byes are over. It's now a 4-week sprint to the finish, and we are underway here in Week 15. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now, Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. This defense for the Jets, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And it is incomplete. I had a defender running right with him. And now it's third down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Tua sets up to pass it. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Dolphins had 8 and 5 to start play. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. When you talk about this Jets defense, this crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. 2nd from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets 39. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Did you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. These two teams getting a couple of late-season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 12. And it was the Dolphins with a road victory, so they'll look for the sweep now here in Miami. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end, and that play going nowhere. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, then maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
That is caught. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 18. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. After the broken tackle, couldn't get free for much space, taken down right at the 10.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move it back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Ezekiel Elliott hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Now the Jets offense ready to take over, and they do so behind a now 40-year-old quarterback. He hit that milestone back on December the 2nd. Here is Aaron Rodgers.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes. That was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter.
Okay, baby?
As they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Throwing now is Rodgers. And Lazard's got it again. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall, powering his way forward. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard. He's got room to roam. And all the way in, touchdown, New York. Allen Lazard hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are an extra point away from drawing level. Zerline good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down. The offense on third down, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
In motion left is Wilson. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
This now a 3rd and 4. From midfield, here's Tua. A short throw there, that's to Smythe, the tight end. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
This pass caught by Beckham. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 51 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 1st half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this 1st half of action. They keep on the ground with Elliott. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And Wilson in motion left. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Here comes 3rd down at 7. Tua going to throw. Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Elliott is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
3 tight ends up front here. 3rd and goal. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Sanders on for the extra point.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Escapes the defender.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Uncorks one for Davis. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll get started up at Cleveland Brown Stadium in Cleveland. And in the second quarter, it's the Bears who are out in front. A couple of touchdown strikes there from Justin Fields. From there, we head to the Big Easy to check on the Saints at home in the Superdome. And at the half, they are down to the visiting New York Giants. Saquon Barkley, a touchdown run in that first half. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Kenny Pickett with a couple of touchdown tosses. We saw the vet with plenty left, Ezekiel Elliott, putting together a strong first half. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
He's got the hook up to Lazard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Down to about the 22 here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. On On second down, a run with Hall.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
44 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Looking middle, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Rodgers now to throw. And he's got it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
They'll look to run with Hall.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Jets are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Nothing separating these 2 teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Elliott running right. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Down right around the 25. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there.
The ball on the 8. Still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been flat getting it done. 8 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. The give is to Elliott. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the offense will hold on to this one right at the 5-yard line. Lucky there.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
They'll try it now with Mostert.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown.
Raheem Mostert, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. You get down this deep, Charles, you hate to settle for a field goal. They roll the dice on 4th down, really just hoping to get that first. But as it turns out, they take it all the way into the end zone.
You mentioned that they took a little bit of a gamble there. Think about it this way. Most teams throw the ball in this situation in the NFL, so they really gamble with a running play, and boy, did it pay off. Pay dirt.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Another go-around now for the Jets offense. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll give it to Hall to start the drive.
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
72 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Throwing is Rodgers. Open man is Uzama. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Well, they'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
To throw is Rodgers. Wilson's got it complete.
Well, this crowd is making an impact right now. 3rd and 10.
He's going to let this one go deep.
And this one drops in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going. And I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Fourth down, 10 yards to go.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. He's going to go up top again. And incomplete on the deep ball. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game.
Second and 5. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
3rd down and 1.
Inside give to Elliott.
And he is going to have a Miami first down, and the Dolphins are going to win the football game.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Down to a knee goes Tua, and that should just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So for the Dolphins,
the final 3 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with the win.
And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.